Well, when Cassie took the stand, she gave some really crazy details. And I think the craziest part, which most people talked about, was she would say that dudes would like bust on her chest, and then she would go to Diddy and rub cum on his nipples.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah.
You know what I said? When I heard that, I said, Puff can never win an argument with a man ever again. Because, you know, if y'all start arguing, all the guy has to say is, well, I didn't rub a dude's cum on my nipples.
Yeah. I was saying,
how do you respond to that?
No, that's what I'm saying. He got to go back to jail now. So I'm saying to myself, like, what is you saying to these dudes back here? How is you looking at them? You still Puff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was crazy. That was from that. And then she said something about he would make her drink the cum and then go kiss him and do stuff like that.
Wait, he did that?
Yeah, that's what they said. You know,
that's called, I know what that's called. It's called a snowball.
Is it?
Yeah, if a dude, this is like a porn term. Like, not the kind of porn I watch, mind you, but I've just heard about this before. It's like cuckold type porn. Okay. Like dudes would come in a girl's mouth and she would like not swallow, then go kiss the cuckold and kind of spit the cum in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing. A cuckold thing.
Okay.
Definitely not my thing.
Yeah, that's
definitely
crazy
not my
right there.
thing.
I'm trying to identify with the nut on your nipples. What is that doing?
I don't know, man.
You know?
But here's the thing, right? And I've said this. With everyone taking the stand, these are people that were really around Puff. These are escorts. This is Cassie, you know, so forth and so forth. Right. You see all this stuff that's gay-ish, right? Rubbing a dude's cum on your nipples is gay-ish. But no one has said, and then Puffy got head from a dude. Even the Punisher dude said, me and Puffy had no interactions. Right? Cassie could easily said, yeah, then Diddy got his back blown out by one of the escorts. Or, you know, whatever, the other way around. Right. Nobody has ever said this. Now, he could be doing those things with like a guy that no one knows about, but you're around all the time. Right. Do you think Puffy is gay or bisexual? Or do you think that he just likes this weird shit that kind of like dances around the line of it?
I mean, it depends on what you say bisexual is, because I'm definitely going to say all that shit that she said is bisexual.
It's bisexual-ish. Okay. And I'm just saying, like, I just think it's different than actually doing something with the man.
So you asking me if I think he's been penetrated or something?
Or he's gotten head from a dude. Because there's been lawsuits that allege this.
Right.
But the thing is, though, right, and you know, because I try to be fair. You know, I'm not just throwing anyone under the bus.
Right.
I remember I talked to a lawyer that was close to the situation. Okay. And what he said was interesting. He said, look, there's like 100 lawsuits against Puff. You don't think the feds look through every single lawsuit to try to pull in, you know, the people into this actual case? None of those lawsuits included people in this Fed case, which makes me think that a lot of those allegations are just nonsense or just completely unprovable.
Right.
So everyone, it's a lot different to file a civil lawsuit than to actually take the stand, take the oath, and then lie, and then potentially go thrown in jail for perjury. Right. So do you think that Puff was actually doing really gay stuff with a man? Getting penetrated, getting head from a man, like?
Myself, I don't think so, because it's like what you said. I think somebody would step with everybody stepping up the way that they is now.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe somebody would say, even, and we all know, you know, and I love, you know, we all know the bisexual men, we all know the gay men love to scream and tell somebody, yeah, you think you all that, this is what happened. Right. So, you know what I'm saying, for that not to happen, I don't think he was.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I think he just I can't even say he's a freak. He's more than a freak. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, look, if someone tells me, like yourself, is rubbing cum on some other dude's cum on her nipples gay, I think is gay. I'm not going to argue with you, say, no, that's not gay. Right. I'm just saying that there's different levels to this. And once you cross the line of actually doing things with the man themselves, that to me is, okay, you're actually gay. You actually like physical, you know, intimacy with a male.
Right.
And I just feel like there's always been a woman involved. And like the Punisher said, he never did anything with Puff. Puff was just there in the corner.
Right.
You know?
And Cassie said a lot of the stuff that they did in another room. You know what I'm saying? That she would go in the other room. So I think that he ain't want the guy to see that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And this, that, and other. So I think it might have just been some type of free. I want my girl to do this, you know. We freak and we turn it out. Some people get turning a person out turns them on. So I think by him turning her out that it turned them on.